Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series. Facilitated by renowned educators, ISE podcasts are intended to teach beginning as well as seasoned investors the ins and outs of trading. To find an updated list of podcasts, please visit www.ise.com/podcasts. Please be sure to listen to our important message following this episode regarding the risks of investing in exchange-traded options.
Thanks, Jack. So I took a screenshot today looking at options when trading at 23.40, and our product is a U.S. dollar relative product. Jack said he feels that the dollar's rally, not necessarily tomorrow or the next day, but if you wanted to look at a longer-term view, I took a look at the December options at the ISE, and again, you can check yourself, www.ise.com, and just go and click on the option chain, and you'll be able to EUI. You'll see a chart like this. Not only the chart, but the strike price. So let's just say that we, going along with Jack's view, and we wanted to have a view on the U.S. dollar strengthening against the euro. There's a lot of strikes that are available, but look at, let's say, this is 79, $1.50, or 80 is worth $1.30, or December 81 is worth about $1. This. You felt that the dollar was rally back to 80. Some people even thought it was going to get to parity. I don't know if Jack thinks it's going to get that far, but the dollar is going to rally to parity at some point next year. Well, maybe it would have to move into this year. That the Dex ones would give you a great shot, because again, if it rallies, let's say 86 or 87, 86, that value would be worth $500 or $500, and you're only risking $110. Let's look at the euro or EUI. Let me take a look. Jack, can you just run the next slide?
Sure.
And then if we take a look, and we're just looking at commodity-based currency, which is of course the Aussie, with AUX, you could look at very similar sort of strategy here. Take a look. I looked at September options. These options, the bid-ask spreads are going to be a little wider. Why? Because the Aussie dollar is not as liquid. You don't have to necessarily have to go in and do offer on these options, but go in and bid for the options. These are worth about $2 looking at the bid-ask spread. But of course, then if you take a look at the chart, our Aussie was trading at near I guess it was around 160 or so, or even almost near 170 earlier this year. So if you thought it was going to get to 150, being only $2 or $200 to make, you think it's getting back to 160. Well, a $2 investment would get you back $100. Now, what happened by September? Not so certain. Give yourself time, but I did look at the options, and that bid-ask there is getting about a $2 value. So these options are available, and one of the about, as Jack said, is that the limited risk. Ability to just not have to worry each and every day with this option. I'm not recommending that you buy hundreds and hundreds of them, but buy whatever your risk appetite is. You know what you can lose. If you're really, really wrong, no matter how wrong you are, you only lose your debit, the amount that you paid. Well, essentially, that's the real advantage of the ICFX options, that can trade with limited view. And again, if you're bullish on the U.S. dollar, you'd be looking at the calls, and I'll just keep below here. If you were bullish on the dollar, you'd be looking at the calls. It means that you think the dollar is going to continue to ascend. And if you take a look at, I guess, the same exact view here with the euro, if you thought the dollar was going to rally back the 80 or 81 level, or even break out to a new high, well, the decade one would make sense. Of course, there are a lot of other options out there, and even put up, if you actually had the reverse view, you could play it. Here are all the symbols. Again, just so you know, you can trade this right through your equity options broker. They are cash settled, so you don't have to worry about having to deliver Japanese yen or Canadian dollars or what have you. Your style, and they can be traded as spreads. So for those of you in Canada, you could look at the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar. That's probably of interest to you guys. That symbol is CDD. Jack talked about the dollar against the euro. That symbol's EUI. He also mentioned the dollar Aussie. That's AUX. And he did touch on the yen, which is dollar against the Japanese yen, YUK. The other ones that we didn't talk about were dollar against the British pound, BPX, and a dollar against the Swiss franc, SFC. So they're all available. And you could come to the ISC site, www.isc.com/FX, to learn more about everything that we have. In fact, here's a screenshot of that website. You see there are trade alerts, there are weekly outlooks. You're participating in a webinar right now. I personally just wrote an article on Flex Your FX. It's an article that's in SFO Magazine. You can click on that and get that copy. And I've written other articles about the FX market. Also, you can get a widget. You can download this right to your screen, your computer, and you'll know where the 6 currency pairs are trading. Not only that, but if you click on it, you'll be able to get the charts and the option chains. It's all really neat. We at the ISC are working really closely with Jack. Obviously, Jack has a wealth of knowledge. Some of the things that he went through today, I'd be surprised if people don't start talking about that kind of material, months and months down the road. Jack looks a little bit deeper than, like as Jack would say, sometimes the normal websites or your favorite CNBC or something like that, where they're just sort of skimming over the top, looking at the cover. Jack's really looking not only, as he said, at the technicals, but he's looking at sentiment and fundamentals. So I think that you guys, the attendees, please come back. Jack will be with us many webinars. He'll be with us on May 21st, May 28th, June 4th, June 16th. Lots of webinars with Jack Crooks. Hey, Jack, let me ask you a question. How can the attendees become a subscriber to Black Swan so they can get your daily outlook, what you think is going to be happening?
Yeah, just simply go to our website, blackswantrading.com. You can sign up for our free currency. It's called Currency Currents. You can see it right there. There's free. We don't do it. We sell your email addresses or anything. We don't play any of those games. So you can just sign up and you'll get our free global macro every day. And we hopefully you'll like it and become a subscriber to our other services, or at least try us.
Well, I think everyone should go to Black Swan, go for that the free trial, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Jack, every day, as he said, he does his homework, and he does his homework really early in the morning because I've been reading his newsletters, and it comes real early. So I can't imagine what time Jack wakes up to do all this work, but he does a tremendous amount of work, and it's available for all of you, the attendees, or for anyone, any subscriber, early in the morning. So, Jack, I don't know how you do all that. How do you do it in the mornings?
My son works for me, so I make him do all the work. I get up around lunchtime, actually. No, I'm just kidding. This is what we do. I mean, we do currencies, 24/7. That's all we focus on, and we like it. We just find it fascinating, so that makes it easier. We do get up early, but there are advantages too. So it's just over the years, you tend not to sleep as much as you would in other professions, but that's okay. It's fun trying to put this three-dimensional puzzle together every day, and again, that's why I think that's a great way to use this product. You can make it a bet using these FX options on the way you've put this piece of the puzzle together, and if you're right, you can really pay off for you, and if you're wrong, you know what your risk is, and to us, that's why we like these currency options, and I think why they make sense for the average investor that isn't a technical analysis junkie or an FX dealer type and that type of thing, which most of us really aren't. So I think this is a more natural way to go about it, and so
yeah, that makes a lot of.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.isc.com/podcasts.